And good morning to you, meteorologist Joey Sovine here at the Live 5 Alert Desk with an update of your weather as we get going on a Monday morning, where we have issued a first alert weather day for today, not because of heat, unlike recent days, but this go round because of the potential of some very heavy rainfall that may lead to some localized flooding in some spots later today. And the reason for that is that blue line right there on the radar. That is a cold front just off to our north and west. So a typical summertime day, we get a scattering of showers and storms out there. Kind of know the routine on that, but anytime we add in something like some upper level energy or in this case a cold front, it helps to enhance those storms that develop in the afternoon. And at the end of the day, that is why we have the concern. It kind of squeezes out a little bit more of the moisture in the atmosphere, which if you haven't stepped outside yet today and you're about ready to, you'll notice the humidity out there. That's all the moisture that these storms will have to work with later on, which is why there's the potential of such heavy rainfall, especially with the slow movement of this cold front. Anytime those storms kind of settle in for a little while over one spots, that's when we start to get some problems. Now we're watching these storms off the coast of Georgetown County. Those are moving offshore right now, but eventually we'll see storms redevelop on land. That's going to happen later this morning and this afternoon. But once again, a first alert weather day. What that means for you is more information more often. We'll be here to keep you updated throughout the day. Download the Live 5 First Alert weather app, where you can get any of those warnings on the go if they're issued for your areas. Plus, we'll be updating you on that app with quick little 30-second to a minute forecasts throughout the day, so you can hop on there and know what you need to know for the rest of the day to plan around some of these storms. But slow-moving rainstorm, that's the biggest concern for today. Localized flash flooding a possibility. We have flood watches in effect from noon until 9 o'clock today. So here we go. Where is the biggest concern as far as flooding? Well, you can see highlighted in red there, right along the coast. And of course, that includes places like downtown Charleston, some spots that are just extremely flood vulnerable by nature because of the low-lying characteristics of where they're situated near the coast. But nonetheless, you add an inch or two of rain, you start to have some problems in downtown. You run the potential, like we have in these storms, for some isolated spots in excess of 3-4 inches of rain. And that's why we want to bring some heightened awareness to that potential of those storms with some very heavy rainfall later on today. Here's a look at future trackers showing the development of those storms later this morning or around lunchtime. And then as we go into the afternoon, now some computer models are a little bit later, a little bit more delayed with the onset of those storms. But you can see the general thinking is that we'll get some storms out there. They'll be fairly slow moving. That cold front will slowly drift down to the south. Now we'll start to get some improvement. There still will be some rain perhaps overnight, but we'll begin a trend in the drier direction, and that flooding threat should have ceased at that point. So isolated storms there at 11, becoming scattered this afternoon, partly to mostly cloudy, highs in the mid to upper 80s. Chance of rain easily highest of all the whole week today. After that, just a few hit or miss storms in the upcoming days. The heat will become the bigger story later this week. Nice little respite from the heat and humidity tomorrow. 85 for a high temperature. Enjoy that. We'll be closer to 95 by the 4th, and by the end of the week there on Friday, and the heat index is going to go way up there by the end of the week. We're likely to have some heat advisories once again. So once again, we are most concerned today about the potential of some very heavy rainfall that could lead to some localized flooding. We'll keep you updated on the Live 5 First Alert weather app throughout the day, right here at the Live 5 Alert Desk, and of course on air as well. Stay safe.